Hi guys, it's me, Glam Witch Core here again, and today, naturally it's Thursday, so I'm doing a video on Teething Thursday, and the book for this month will be Understanding Astrology, written by Sally Morningstar, Richard Grays, Stacy Mendoza, and David Bourne. So here goes, and I'm just having herbal tea, so it's a little bit of Tea Theme Thursday going on here. So here goes. Alright, so here's our book, Understanding Astrology. So here we can learn our place in the universe through ancient arts of prediction, use the world's cosmic powers to help us make decisions and achieve our destiny. And in this book, nice. It will show us a little bit about all the basics: introduction, moon magic, astrology, Chinese astrology, palmistry, and then there's the index, and here we go. So moon magic, let's see, celestial intuition and wisdom. Yeah, I like this book. I mean, I like all the pretty pictures. Obviously it's very bright, and it's got glossy pages to it. I love the feel of this book. It's really nice, and it's also got angel healing right here. So it's got like some spells in there, but mostly like tidbits, tips, tricks, and tactics, things like that to basically work with I would have to say, the planetary. The darn thing is like, when it comes to this kind of stuff, I really have utmost respect for those stargazers, divinators. I mean, they are amazing. It's like, I don't know how, but they can actually memorize charts and charts of this stuff and actually just like work with everything. They memorize constellations and stuff, and they can actually really align all those things. And I was like, wow. I mean, for me, being pretty organized is one thing, but for you guys to be on that level, you guys are super in the zone. Super in the zone. Okay, so here's like other stuff like tarot, moon, talismans, things like that. So, and astrology. Now, I did study a little bit of astrology at one point, and it's like I read like thick books and things like that, and I was surprised like how some of the stuff really does align. Now there's the sun signs, and then there's also like the moon signs. I mean, this is like a grass tidbit of the stuff. Like, if you really study this stuff, this is a good start. Kind of like, get your vibes, get your foot through the door, get a vibe, get a feel for it, and then after that you can actually expand from there. But like, to me, I feel like there's the sun signs of the zodiac itself, and then there's the moon sign of the zodiac itself. So that's why sometimes you're like, oh, well, you know what, that didn't seem like me. I read the stuff and I studied it and it doesn't seem to align. Well, of course not, because there's actually two signs. If there's the sun and moon, obviously there's going to be the sun and moon in the zodiac sign itself. So things like that. Planets, I like the planets too. And then astrology, things like that. Ooh, compatibility charts. This might help. Well, like I said, sometimes there's that thing where it's like, oh, it's not always the case. Well, like, if you compare it to the moon and sun, maybe that's where the connection happens, because opposites do attract. Birth charts, reading the birth charts. Okay, this is like somebody's ephemeris, and it's like, I don't know how to read the ephemeris. I mean, I could kind of read it somewhat, but it's like, to actually really read it, I've never been taught that. But there's ways to learn, like I said, lots of things to learn. Chinese astrology. And I know all the 12 zodiac animals and stuff. And like, a lot of people are like, they would ask me and stuff, and yeah, I could break it up. I actually do a lot of this stuff too, where it's like, oh, I can guess and things like that, and I do a bit of the numerology thing, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Um, each corresponding year has its own theme and such. And there are do's and don'ts. And my favorite thing for Chinese New Year's is like the sayings and stuff. I really like the blessings that they have, and it's a pretty cool holiday. And it goes after what, the lunar calendar? You know, like, yeah, because the Western one is after this solar calendar. So animals, their signs, stories, and then it's like basically it tells you the elements, what kind of animal an element the person was born in. So only a brief overview of that. And and then the next section is also my favorite, palmistry. I've actually studied a little bit of palmistry before, and I've read thick books also. And I put my skills to the test one time when somebody was like talking about the story came up, and then what I did was I was like, I just had to read this man's palm, and he said sure, and I was pretty right on the money. I said, because he was old, so I said, well, it says here that when you were young, you had chances at 2 relationships. There was one that said you were close to marriage, but nothing came of it. And the other one was very intense emotions, but nothing came of it as well. And he gave me a clap because that was true. And he even revealed the story to me about how he was up to his neck at the wedding because his mother, the mother of the girl wanted him so bad, the mother-in-law, print out invitations, but at that moment it's like you could not push him. And then there was also this other guy. He wanted this girl so bad, but the truth was, when I read his palm, it was the same thing, where there was a um there was a 3 marks on his hands that showed the same thing, where it's like 3 relationships, but what's even worse is these were 3 proposals. But being from the beliefs that he came from, he's like, oh well, palmistry's a bunch of crock and crewy, and not only that, it's like from his perspective of his kind, he was conditioned and taught that anybody else that practiced something other than himself or what he believed, that basically you are an enemy. And not only that, he or mean things, even if it's not hate, it was like being mean. And I was like, what kind of a belief system is that, where you're gonna hurt another group of people just because they don't have the same views? But anyway, back to the point. He had 3 marks on his hands, and all of them were like heartbreaks. Basically, he would break the girl's heart. And I told him that, hey, you know what? I don't think this relationship's gonna work out. And he's like, I don't care. I am blessed. I am all this. I'm all that, and I don't have to listen to you. And then it's like, well, you know what? Several years later, it proved true. And it was all revealed to me, and I was like, dude, and what's terrible is he's going to do this 2 more times. And I told you that this proposal that he was going to have, it's just going to be a proposal. And not only that, he twisted my words when I told him that they were chances at marriage, but it did not mean that they were. They were very close call relationships. So he's like, I get 3 chances at marriage? No, these are 3 encounters. Do not misinterpret what I'm telling you. But they so. But anywho, basically, this is just general aspects of the hand and fortune telling and things like that. Elements, the size do matter. It does kind of let you know. You can kind of interpret hands and read them like, okay, a scholar's hand, somebody that's they have bigger hands, builders. It's like what they're destined for. You could kind of like guess things like that. But performers really have pretty hands. The best. Okay, so then it goes into the like lifelines. Some people believe the lifeline is more like the health line, and some people believe it's more like how long somebody's gonna live, things like that. Then the headline, the heart line, the fate line. And sometimes when I do read people's palms and stuff, it kind of lets me know quite a bit about themselves. Like they are really the pendentic type. Such. And then people's fate lines and stuff, I kind of get to peer into that a little bit if they allow. And yeah, so sun markings are special markings. Now these are like one of the other cool things that I like to read and see. Fork roads, special lines of interest and stuff. And it's like, don't think that you'll never see some of the things. But yeah, you will. If you read enough palms and stuff, you actually run into the stuff, and you'd be surprised how much stuff is confirmed true. So yeah, mounts on the hands, predominations of all the planets and things like that, and it's a nice overview of how people are generally speaking. So, well, here we go. And this is my Tea-Theme Thursday book of the month. And I'm hoping that you guys have time to check it out. And I'll see you guys next time. Oh, thank you for watching. Blessed be.